Who doesn't love a success story with an entrance like this? And with a Canadian twist, architect Gary McCluskie can explain.
It's an icon of 20th century architecture in North America and the world. So it was the project of a lifetime.
Did you bury a loonie in there?
So we actually...
That answer in just a second. But first, to understand why there may be a Canadian signature inside New York City's iconic concert hall at the Lincoln Center, it's important to first explain a decades-old curse.
The challenge of Geffen Hall was the acoustic of the hall was never great, and it never matched the greatness of the orchestra.
Dubbed the curse because from the moment the hall opened in 1962, and even after 2 expensive renovation attempts, it just didn't work.
Everybody knew right away the sound was no good from the orchestra, and the orchestra couldn't hear each other on the stage.
So a lot of these sounds would kind of blend together. There wasn't very much clarity. It was kind of a tinny kind of sound.
They felt distance, and I felt distance.
That's where McCluskie and his Toronto-based team at Diamond Schmidt stepped in, part of a select group of architects, designers, and acousticians who got to work to finally fix it. Last October, the ribbon was cut on the $500 million renovation, including $100 million from media mogul David Geffen, giving him naming rights.
They got it done in the middle of a global pandemic.
From the very first notes of that very first rehearsal last summer.
And you know right away.
They knew the curse had been lifted.
The way it starts quietly and gently with the strings, and then the rest of the orchestra builds on, and then the quality of sound enlarges in the space.
And I just remember those first tremolos, I was like, it was like a different orchestra in a sense.
We were all in tears.
So what changed? The old hall was boxy. This one is full of curves. The old seats had bad views of the stage. Now they wrap around it. 500 seats were removed to bring the stage closer to the audience. Working with top-notch acousticians, McCluskie's architects designed a room to serve up the best sound. Walnut seats, beechwood panels, more intimacy, more warmth.
So every material we really think of how it'll work together as an ensemble, how it'll work together in a coordinated way to create a feeling in the room.
Even in rehearsals, the feeling is palpable.
The emotion, that's so human. That's what matters to me. I'm just lucky to be a musician now.
Maybe every 50, 60 years an orchestra has a transformation like this, and to be part of this reimagining not only of the space but of the sound of the orchestra, I mean it's an incredible thing to be a part of.
So incredible, McCluskie's team couldn't help but put that Canadian signature he talked about earlier.
And so there's 4 of these steel beams. One of them has a big maple leaf drawn on it.
A lifted curse, a happy ending.
You know, I rarely say this. I've been in this business a long time. This turned out beyond my expectations. Good things are worth waiting for.
A grand finale, fit for a symphony. Chris Reyes, CBC News, New York.